Hello, everyone. Today I am going to talk about the importance of creating effective presentations for adult learners. Although all of you have experience with presenting to adolescents, there are several major differences between young and mature learners that must be addressed. For starters, unlike our students who are still developing and learning who they are, most adults already have a well-established sense of themselves that they gained through years of experience and self-discovery. This is important because people who understand themselves tend to be more self-directed and less dependent on others. So unlike elementary and secondary students, adults are better at recognizing what information is personally valuable to them and what methods will help them understand it. For instance, while scrolling through Instagram, I might come across a video on how to sew a dress. But because I know myself and I remember cursing at my mother's sewing machine when I was younger, I quickly move on to the next video. This is the benefit of getting older and wiser. Now, this first difference between young and adult learners derives from Malcolm Knowles' 5 assumptions related to andragogy, which is defined as the method and practice of teaching adult learners. Malcolm Knowles' second assumption is that as people mature, they accumulate a wealth of experience that can be utilized when they are learning something new. For example, I recently attended a writing seminar, and as the speaker discussed her teaching methods, I was simultaneously comparing them to my own lessons. This is something our brains do naturally. We attempt to comprehend or learn new information by applying it to concepts and situations we already understand. Of course, students do this as well, but their youth naturally limits the amount of experience they can refer to. Knowles' third assumption is that adult learners are more willing to learn new information once they determine that it's relevant to their life or social role. This means they are intrinsically motivated because they recognize that gaining more knowledge or skills will benefit them. So they do not need to be motivated with the promise of receiving a good grade or a promotion. For instance, many of you have searched for new material or tried out a new teaching technique because you wanted to improve a lesson or ensure that your approach is relevant and not because you were told to do so. Hopefully, your effort resulted in an immediate benefit, which relates to Knowles' fourth assumption, which is that adults value information that can immediately be applied to their lives and are directed towards solving problems. This is different from adolescents who are repeatedly told that what they are learning will benefit them later on. For example, teenagers are constantly told that their present schooling will prepare them for college or a job. But for adults who have graduated and been hired, they want to learn information and skills that directly relate to issues and challenges they are currently facing. This desire to learn in order to accomplish immediate and self-made goals leads to the fifth assumption, which is that mature adults genuinely want to learn, not because they are told it is important, but because they already know it is. Understanding these distinguishing differences will help you create presentations that adult learners enjoy and appreciate because your purpose aligns with their motivations, your content and material appeals to their interest, and your methods utilize their knowledge and abilities. This will increase the likelihood that they will pay attention during the presentation, since they recognize the importance of your message and the benefits of applying what they have learned. Furthermore, when you create activities that utilize their experience and expertise, you demonstrate your respect for them, which will help develop camaraderie and trust. Now, there are many methods a presenter can use when instructing adult learners, but these are the ones I prefer and regularly practice. Number one, include a visual aid that identifies your goals, simplifies your information, provides structure, and assists visual learners. Number two, while presenting the information, point out why it matters and use specific and relatable examples whenever possible. Number three, provide learners with time to process and personalize the information by giving them opportunities to talk to their peers and share their existing knowledge. Number four, include time for individuals or small groups to consider or apply what they have learned to their own practices and situations. Number five, walk around the room during steps 3 and 4 to provide assistance, answer questions, and direct conversations. By following these best practices, the presentation will be more engaging and effective. However, there is one aspect that must still be addressed, and that is the negative influence of having a bias. When a presenter holds a bias towards the audience, he or she is more likely to neglect or offend audience members, which will negatively affect their willingness to value the information, pay attention, or apply what they have learned later on. To prevent this from happening, it is important for you to examine yourself and try to identify your biases, then intentionally work on facing and eliminating them. Once you have identified your biases, examine what you say and present and eliminate anything that could be construed as a bias. In addition to presenters holding biases, so do audience members, which may affect their ability to recognize their relationship to the message or their willingness to collaborate with others. The best way for a presenter to address this is to repeatedly emphasize their connection and expertise, as well as the material's relevance to every attendee, which can be done by including references and examples that are intended to unite the audience through shared experiences and goals. That's it. Thanks.